All right, it's time now for the game preview presented by Ticketmaster here with head coach Kevin Stefanski. Kevin, you guys are coming off a rough stretch of games. What's the mindset of this team as you enter Week 7?
Find a way to win. You're right. It's no fun when you're losing. That's not what we put all this work into this for. But we can't hide from that. I've said it before. You have to own that. But you really have to be forward-facing in this league, in sports. You have to worry about the next one. So we're going to do anything in our power to go find a way to win.
What has your philosophy been as a head coach to make sure all these guys are focused on the task at hand and not looking back into the past?
Yeah, I mean, I understand human nature, and there may be some of that, but we work really hard to understand what we can control. And at this point, we can only control what we do moving forward. The guys understand that. We have great leadership on this team that understands that, and that's why we put all this work in.
All right, obviously this week, Amari Cooper traded to the Buffalo Bills. First game without him, but what does that mean in opportunities for guys like Cedric Tillman, Elijah Moore, maybe even Jamari Thrash?
Yeah, I think you're right, Cam. What it does is it opens up opportunities for a bunch of different people. And Amari had a very high percentage of our targets, and he's a good player. That's obviously by design. But without Amari, that really opens up an opportunity. And it's not just the wide receiver room. It's also the tight end room. It's also the running back room. So we'll see exactly how it shakes out in this first week, but we're still confident in the group that we have.
All right, first divisional game of the year. Obviously, you don't have the record that you want going into it, but why are these games still so important for you guys?
Yeah, it's the division games. As you know, it's always strange when you don't have one until now. These are two teams that know each other really well. There's a lot of the same players, same coaches on either side, so we know what the AFC North feels like in those games, and we know how important it is to have that record at the end of the year reflective of what you did in the division.
All right, let's look at the Bengals offense. Obviously, Joe Burrow, you know him, you know what he's capable of, but this year on tape, what have you seen from him as he's gone through these weeks?
He continues to get better. I know he's maybe not a young player anymore, but he's getting better. The way he processes, the way he goes through his reads, just physically gifted. He's playing at a high level.
And then his weapons, guys like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, what kind of threat do they pose and how do you slow them down?
Yeah, you have to slow them down. I don't know that you can stop them. They're so talented, physically gifted. They have different skill sets, but number 1 and number 5 are guys that you have to know where they are every play.
Defensively, how is your offense preparing for guys like Trey Hendrickson and the threat that they pose as they're trying to get to your quarterback?
Yeah, they're very talented. Having gone against them a bunch, we understand what they bring to the table, and we have to play great technique.
All right, now, how important is it for your defense? You guys have been really good with third down stops. How important is that continuing, especially knowing that they have a guy like Evan McPherson who can stretch the field out, put points on the board from a distance?
Yeah, you have to play sound football versus this team, understanding they are in field goal range when they cross that 50.
All right, you guys have some guys working through some injuries, working their way back. Grant Delpit, Naheem Hines, Juan Thornhill. How have you seen them maybe approach this week knowing that they have a chance to come back?
Yeah, excited for those guys. This is the point in the season when you start to get guys back from injury, and for us, we want to see them out here on the grass, see how they look and make determinations, but always excited to have them back out here.
All right, now there's the big one. Everyone's looking forward to Nick Chubb's return. How big of a boost will that be for your team, and how big of a boost do you think that could be for the fan base to see him back on the field?
Nick's a great player. We've all seen that over the years. He's a great person. He's worked so hard to put him in this position. So I'm proud of him for the work that he's put in, and he wants to help this team. He wants to help this team win any which way he can.
Are you expecting anything special out of him, or is it just Nick Chubb business as usual?
I mean, it's in some ways it really is that, and that's how, if you watch Nick work and watch him around the building, this is truly business as usual. I understand how big a deal it is with what he's gone through, but he's really focused on the task at hand.
All right, thanks so much, Coach, and good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, Cam.